Stoicism is a philosophy founded in the 3rd century BCE in Athens, developed by Zeno of Citium. The Stoic school emphasizes virtue, self-control, and rationality, seeking harmony with nature and a clear distinction between what we can and cannot control. Stoicism encourages inner peace through mastering one's responses to external circumstances. 1. Historical background of Stoicism. The roots of Stoicism date back to around 300 BCE, when Zeno of Citium began teaching in Athens. Zeno originally followed the teachings of Cynicism, which rejected societal norms, including wealth and power, in favor of a life lived according to nature. Eventually, Zeno developed his own ideas, merging aspects of Cynicism, Socratic ethics, and Heraclitus' philosophy of change. The main early Stoics were Zeno of Citium, the founder who gave shape to the core doctrines; Cleanthes, Zeno's successor, who expanded the teachings; Chrysippus, the third head of the Stoic school, who systematized Stoic thought, making it a complete philosophical system. Stoicism became popular in ancient Rome, where notable Stoic philosophers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius further developed and practiced the philosophy. They made Stoicism accessible to individuals from different walks of life, from slaves, like Epictetus, to emperors, like Marcus Aurelius. 2. Core principles of Stoicism. Stoicism revolves around a few core ideas. Virtue is the only good. The Stoics believe that virtue, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance is the only true good. Everything else, such as wealth, health, or reputation, are indifferent in themselves, but can be either preferred or dispreferred. Control and acceptance. The concept of control is foundational in Stoicism. Stoics distinguish between things we can control, our thoughts, emotions, and actions, and things we cannot, external events and other people's behavior. True happiness arises from focusing on what is within our control and cultivating an attitude of acceptance toward what we cannot change. Living in accord with nature. Stoicism teaches that we should live according to nature, which means understanding the natural order of the world and our role within it. This involves recognizing the rational structure of the universe and acting in harmony with our rational nature. 3. Dichotomy of control. The dichotomy of control is perhaps the most important concept in Stoicism. It divides the world into two categories: things within our control, our thoughts, attitudes, desires, and actions; things outside our control, the actions of others, our reputation, external events, etc. By focusing only on what we can control, Stoics aim to reduce anxiety and frustration. We often suffer because we wish for things to be different from how they are, even when we have no power to change them. Accepting this reality allows for greater peace of mind. Epictetus encapsulates this idea well. Some things are in our control and others are not. It is only after you have faced up to this fundamental rule and learned to distinguish appropriately between what you can and can't control that inner tranquility and outer effectiveness become possible. 4. The 4 cardinal virtues. The foundation of Stoic ethics lies in 4 cardinal virtues. Wisdom, the ability to make sound judgments and navigate the world with insight. Courage, facing challenges and hardships without fear or avoidance, maintaining a brave heart in difficult situations. Justice, acting fairly and considering the welfare of society, promoting harmony and treating others with respect. Temperance, exercising self-control, moderation, and balance in all aspects of life. These virtues are seen as interdependent, meaning that a person cannot possess one virtue fully without embodying the others as well. 5. Stoicism and emotions. Stoicism has a reputation for advocating an unemotional approach to life, but this is a misunderstanding. Rather than avoiding emotions, Stoicism teaches individuals to avoid unhealthy passions, emotions that overwhelm reason and lead to irrational behavior. The Stoics believed in cultivating positive emotions like joy, which stems from virtue, and apathy, the absence of destructive passions like excessive anger or fear. This state of apathy, or apatheia, isn't a lack of feeling, but rather a mastery over one's emotional responses, ensuring that reactions are always in line with reason. 6. The role of reason. Reason is a key concept in Stoicism, viewed as a divine quality that aligns humans with the cosmic order. According to Stoics, rational thinking allows individuals to live in accordance with nature and make decisions that lead to virtuous outcomes. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often reflected on how rationality is what separates humans from animals, enabling them to respond to life's challenges in a dignified manner. 7. Practical exercises in Stoicism. The Stoics developed various practices to help individuals internalize their philosophy. Negative visualization. This involves imagining worst-case scenarios to prepare for them emotionally and to better appreciate what one currently has. By envisioning loss, Stoics believe that people can train themselves to be less attached and more resilient. Premeditatio malorum. Similar to negative visualization, this practice encourages individuals to contemplate potential obstacles or difficulties they may face, which helps in preparing oneself mentally for life's inevitable challenges. Journaling. Marcus Aurelius's Meditations is a famous example of Stoic journaling. Stoics often wrote reflections to better understand themselves, their actions, and their thoughts. Voluntary discomfort. Practicing voluntary discomfort, such as fasting or taking cold showers, was recommended by the Stoics to build resilience, proving to oneself that happiness does not depend on external comforts. 8. Stoicism in daily life. The practicality of Stoicism lies in its application to everyday life. Responding to insults. The Stoics advised that we should not be hurt by insults. Epictetus argued that it's our interpretation that makes an insult harmful. Instead, we should see such events as opportunities to practice patience and humility. Dealing with adversity. When facing difficult times, Stoics remind themselves that challenges are opportunities to exercise virtue. Marcus Aurelius emphasized seeing obstacles as pathways to growth. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Accepting death. Stoicism teaches that death is a natural part of life, and fearing it is irrational. By accepting mortality, Stoics believe one can live more fully and with greater purpose. 9. Stoicism and modern life. Though ancient, Stoicism offers many insights for the modern world. It provides tools to deal with stress, anxiety, and the fast-paced nature of life today. Dealing with stress. The focus on controlling only what is in our power is helpful in reducing modern stressors, many of which are beyond our personal control. Consumerism and contentment. Stoicism teaches contentment with what we have, which is a counterbalance to the consumerist messages in modern society. Recognizing that happiness comes from virtue, not material wealth, helps to foster gratitude. Emotional intelligence. Modern psychology emphasizes emotional intelligence, which aligns well with Stoic practices like self-reflection and temperance. 10. Stoicism versus Epicureanism. Stoicism is often compared to Epicureanism, another philosophy that emerged around the same time. While both philosophies aimed to achieve tranquility, they differed in their approaches. Stoicism focused on self-control, virtue, and accepting fate, while Epicureanism sought pleasure, primarily mental pleasure, as the highest good, though not in an indulgent sense. Stoics believed in engaging fully with society and its responsibilities, whereas Epicureans often advocated withdrawing from political and public life to avoid disturbances. 11. Notable Stoic philosophers. Seneca, a Roman statesman and philosopher. Seneca emphasized the practice of Stoic principles amidst wealth and political power. His essays and letters provide practical guidance for dealing with the challenges of life. Epictetus. Born a slave, Epictetus's teachings emphasize the importance of focusing on what we can control. His Discourses and Enchiridion are key texts that offer insight into Stoic practice. Marcus Aurelius. Known as the Philosopher King, Marcus Aurelius wrote Meditations as a personal journal to reflect on Stoic wisdom. His thoughts reveal the constant struggle to live virtuously while fulfilling the demanding role of a Roman emperor. 12. Stoicism and resilience. One of the most powerful aspects of Stoicism is its emphasis on resilience. Stoics see challenges as opportunities to exercise and strengthen virtue. Rather than lamenting misfortune, a Stoic would accept it and use it as a test of their character. The Roman philosopher Seneca suggested that life, like a play, has elements we cannot control. A good character, when corrected, perfects itself through patience and resilience. 13. Criticisms of Stoicism. Stoicism has faced criticism over the centuries. Emotion suppression. Critics argue that Stoicism can lead to the suppression of emotions rather than their healthy expression. However, Stoics themselves argued that the goal isn't suppression but transformation, turning destructive emotions into constructive states of mind. Determinism. Stoicism's deterministic outlook, which sees everything as part of a divine rational order, has been critiqued for potentially promoting passivity. Some fear that focusing on what's outside of one's control can lead to fatalism or a lack of ambition. 14. Stoicism today. Modern Stoicism has seen a resurgence, partly due to its similarities to cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, which also teaches individuals to reframe their thoughts to better handle emotional responses. Figures like Ryan Holiday and Massimo Pigliucci have helped bring Stoic concepts to a broad audience, using them as tools for personal development, leadership, and resilience. Many business leaders, athletes, and military personnel have adopted Stoicism to enhance their focus and decision-making abilities. Its emphasis on self-control, focus on virtue, and resilience in the face of adversity make it applicable to high-pressure situations. Stoicism is a timeless philosophy that offers a powerful framework for living well. Its emphasis on rationality, virtue, and focusing on what is within our control helps people navigate challenges, maintain inner peace, and find purpose in their actions. Whether dealing with minor annoyances or significant adversity, Stoic practices encourage us to respond with grace and wisdom, making it as relevant today as it was in ancient times. If you want me to expand on any particular section or add more details, feel free to ask.